right, we back. We back, man. This is part two. The business of prison, man. The business of prison.
And who we got? Who we got with us?
Max C, man. Max C don't sleep.
Mental B.
KY Whitey Pines,
This the Konkrete.
our featured guest from
Our
Springfield,
featured
Tennessee.
guest, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, doing their thing, man. If y'all watched the first episode, then we ain't even gotta break nothing down for y'all. We gonna get right back into it.
And tell them people at home how long you been growing them dreads out.
Man, I ain't had no haircut since I was like probably 13, but I actually had dreads for 15 years.
Wow. How'd you make it through intake and they let you keep your dread?
Like when I first got locked up.
Yeah.
When I first got locked up, I had braids.
Okay.
I started the dreads while I was in the penitentiary. Wow.
And so just a brief, we'll get back into it. You did 13 years. You did it all in Tennessee.
So you been out too?
5.
5.
Been out 5.
My man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's fighting the odds for
Yes,
real.
sir.
Yeah.
real
He's in
talk.
like the 2 percentile. We both like we got 2 people in the same room. It's in like the 2 percentile, not going
Yep.
back.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so coming from the penitentiary, getting back out, we talked about just coming from the penitentiary back into trying to leave that monster in there. Let's talk about job search and how people perceive you.
Man, I mean, for one thing, just my physical appearance, I look like a penitentiary nigga anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I accept it.
Did
I
you
mean,
get all your ties in there?
when I got locked up, I think I had 2 tattoos. So now I'm everything covered from, you know what I'm saying? But so I got that working against me off the top anyway. Then when it comes to the you know what I'm saying, obviously they gonna see I got a felony, and then you know what I'm saying, the joint I got a class A felony. So it's been times where I have had jobs, and when it came time for me to roll over and become permanent, they wouldn't hire me because they hire felons, but they don't hire they got like a list of violent felonies that they don't hire. You know what I'm saying? So then on top of all of that, the factor of I've been gone that long, so I don't know how to talk to these people. I don't know. I ain't never did no real job interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to be formal and really talk to these people. I had to learn and adjust. You know what I'm saying? And I have progressively got better with it. You know what I'm saying? But when I first got out, man, I ain't know what was going on.
Like I
I
said,
was
they
thugging.
don't teach anybody anything
Yeah.
whenever they get out. Not even how to get a job.
Yeah.
Not even like.
And I think it probably stems in different places.
Yeah.
Because just knowing some, my mom, she did 10 years flat. She got a college degree while she was locked up.
Yeah.
She was in the
That's what's
feds. She was in Florida in the feds. She got a business management degree, had a job, which females could be different and stuff like that too. But they actually, she got college credits while she was locked up or whatnot. What you got on that?
So the first let's go back to the first 2 weeks you was home.
All right.
After you come out.
All right.
What was that like? The
Man.
first 2 weeks.
Man, different. Like, man, you can't even explain it. Like, I still remember, like, the day I got out, I was in Northeast. It's like probably like 6-7 hours away from where I'm from, and my mama, her boyfriend, and my sister drove up all the way up there to come and get me. So, you know what I'm saying, y'all. I don't know if y'all familiar with the how you get released from prison, but I had to sit in intake probably about 6-7 hours before I got released. You know what I'm saying? So after that, after going through the 13 years, then the day come for me to get out, and I gotta wait an extra 6-7 hours for some, not even for nothing wrong I done did. I forgot, it was like one of the people who were supposed to be getting out, they paperwork wasn't right, so they couldn't release nobody. It was some kind of bullshit. But anyway, just know what I'm saying.
You had to have home placement and all that stuff?
Nah. That's for that. In Tennessee, they only do that like if you making parole.
So you served out.
Yeah, I flat mine. Yeah, but just man, when I came out the gate, man, I never forget, man. First thing I seen, my mama running towards me, man, That shit, man, hey, that's a different feeling.
Didn't you surprise your granny or somebody?
Yeah.
You snuck up on her or something?
Well, I really surprised everybody. I didn't tell only like my mama, my sister, and my mama boyfriend. They the only people knew I was coming home. I didn't tell nobody else I was coming home. I just popped up one day. You know what I'm saying? So
crazy.
Yeah, but what you talking about?
It's like a ghost, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
but you talking about
13 years.
Yeah, we recorded me going to my granny house the first time.
I watched it, man.
Yeah.
I saw that lady, the expression that like, I won't ever forget watching that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you
can just
surprised
tell,
man. Yeah. Man, but I'm gonna tell you what one of the things that fucked me up the worst, not the worst, but like one of the things that I still remember, all the people who were like kids when I went in and they was grown when I got out, and I really couldn't recognize. They had to tell me, man, I'm so and so. Oh damn, you grown? This motherfucker. I'm looking up at him now. You know what I'm saying? He probably was like 6, 7 when I. You know what I'm saying? That shit was fucking me up. Even my sisters, like my sister was real young when I got locked up, and when I got out, they was grown. You know what I'm saying? Like she was just different.
How do you think? How hard was the temptation? Because I know a lot of cats come home and the people that they ran with still out here.
Yeah.
And the first thing they want to do, throw you a pack.
Yeah.
Or you see them riding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And doing their things. You're like, damn, like, it's been 13 years. Niggas still hustling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So how hard was the temptation? Especially about jobs not wanting to hire you. Shit like that. Like, it seems like
I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. I ain't really never... I mean, obviously, it was temptation, but it wasn't... Nothing that it wasn't never hard to fight it. Pussy too good, man.
Yeah.
Pussy too good, man.
Luckily you get out and got some good shit. Yeah.
Hey, after 13 years and you got a lockdown, you're like, bruh, I'm not messing this up.
You would have hated to get out and got burnt.
Yeah.
That would have fucked you up. You get out and got some bad pussy and got burnt.
Let me ask you this. And I don't know, we might be without putting people on blast.
Yeah.
Did you have any co-defendants?
Yeah.
How many of them looked out?
No.
How many of them stayed down?
No. Not only co-defendants, just people, period. People I fuck with, family members, you know what I'm saying? I mean, which I can't be mad at them after 13 years, you know what I'm saying? I can't expect nobody else to rearrange their life because I'm behind the fence, you know what I'm saying? So,
dude, though, like,
what's the
$10 every month, though?
I mean, you know,
what's the street
every month?
code then? What is it about the street that is so attracting to young Americans? Because there is no looking after you once you go. There's no. What is it about the street that just attract?
Well, you're a product. You're a product of that. Just like you look at a country guy and say, "Why do you like the country so much?"
Yeah, but he's not getting locked up for the country.
You can.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it just depends.
I know a lot of people in the country that's in prison.
Yeah, so it just depends. Country, that's where the meth come from. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
They're doing big numbers.
They do it big time. So it's, you know, I let him speak more on it. But for me, like we was talking, everybody in my community, they mothers and fathers. I grew up in the era where our mothers and fathers would smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. It was everybody smoke crack, and it is what it is. You know, their parents was like that. We was poor, but we didn't know it because everybody was like that. Now, if you're in a situation where you're the only one poor and your parents the only one do it, now you can look and say, like, damn, I'm in a fucked up situation. But you don't know how fucked up you. Just like
everybody's in it. Yeah,
that's just like if you know, you're from Liberia. If you never left Liberia and didn't have
life would just look like I said the way it looks like.
Right.
Yeah. I understand.
You got anything on that? Like far as being a product of the environment, like, you know, like that monster we talked about, like that urge.
Yeah, because Springfield's a wild ass little town. Springfield's in the country, but Springfield is a wild ass little town.
Yeah.
Well, you right there in Nashville, like, you know, shit.
It still doesn't change the fact that in desperation, and this is what I like about human society. human society, I tell everybody this. I tell people this all the time. There is no morals here. We tell you that you can do anything. But when you do anything, we just put something in place to make sure that we check you for everything that you do. Like, if you want to kill somebody, and you can. They will never, a cop will not come and stop you from killing somebody. He will wait till you kill somebody because he made a law that say, I'm going to arrest you. Yeah. If you go to a cop and say, I want to kill people and people, they will say, okay, go home and go see a counselor. When you go kill somebody, then they'll come and say, okay, now we have a law. Now that you chose to do that, we just have something in place. You got to not be among us anymore.
And that test.
So society then comes to a choice. We get to choose when, and I'm not saying, like, there is no good or bad in my opinion. There isn't. And I'm not saying that as in, like, you can do bad things, you can do good things. No, I'm just saying good or bad is a perspective of every individual. If my baby has no food and nothing to eat, don't fucking think I'm not going to go steal food if I don't have money. Let me just say that. Like that. If you hear me say that and you say, oh, man, that's a bad person, go ahead. I don't care. I just need you to know when I get to a point in life in which the one depending on me needs it and I cannot provide it, or I don't know how to, I'm going to get it from wherever it is I can.
But once that happens, once you cross that line.
I'm making that choice of, I will make sure that she eats while I go wait in jail.
Yeah, but once you cross that line, it's hard to come back and say,
true,
I'm going to go to work and I ain't going to have to do it no more. No,
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yes, once you cross that line, right, we are telling you, once you cross that line, don't expect to be taken in again with just full welcome arm again. Even my daughter might eat, but still look at me like, you stole from someone?
No, of yourself. Right? Think of yourself.
I know. But
if you cross that line.
By the way, I can hear you, Maxie.
Think if you cross that line of having to steal for your child.
It just might be my market. It's okay.
Think if you had to cross that line to steal for your child.
Yeah.
And it was easy.
Yes.
On a psychology.
Yes. No. Now
yeah,
you
like,
are like, oh,
damn, like I just get that little lick for the 1,000.
But you see,
yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. That become the choice, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying if I was to a point that I cannot provide the way that I'm providing now, right? And I had to do it for, because that's the thing. Like, some people know you get to a point as a man, and you are like, I can do this for 10 years, and it's not going to do anything. And I can do this thing 2 times, 3 times for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be okay. And the man decided risk. Each man. But if I get caught doing this thing 3 times, there's a chance I will not be seeing anybody for 10 years. Versus if I see everybody for 10 years, I will be miserable for 10 years. But understand, right? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But I will still like be able to be part of quote unquote our society and stuff. Yeah. So that's what every man choose.
That's the whole business of prison. That these the guys that did that to you, you wasn't the only person. They're stuck in a way of this is how they get it, and it probably took one time. They hit a little lick. And it got sweeter and sweeter and sweeter to them. Now it's a rush.
Yes.
So even if you pull them out of that society of they can't rob no more, it's gonna drive them crazy.
Yes. I mean, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I go to work and I know I just hit a lick for $2,500? Why would I go work for $300 a week?
Especially when like the whole thing is right because it's still quote unquote work, right? It's just I got more paid doing this work. Then I get paid doing this work. So why is it? And it's easier to get this other job. That lick come to my window like this motherfucker didn't even seal that window, which is not my fault. It wasn't like I rented a place and I was supposed to go seal the window even more shut. Now I do construction work, right? I get in an apartment, I walk in, I see little things. I'm like, nah, I can have that here, can't have that here. You understand, right? Yeah. I know what is and what isn't. I'm like, he didn't fix that. I'm gonna get leak here, air conditioning, so I can fix my own shit, right?
Yeah.
Back then, no. That's not what I was thinking. These guys have been doing out. They are people that I was like, they work construction. They know how to do. They took it out like
so.
They could.
That incident is that what made you want to get into construction?
No.
How did he take that window out? I need to know.
Construction, honestly, I got into it because I'm from Liberia.
Yeah.
And it is one of the undeveloped land so far in West Africa. Even though we should be a developed place, but we had a war, and everything got destroyed. And I think it would be the best way to go back and kind of do something. To kind of just, yeah. Honest to God, I just want to build a bunch of white houses. I want you to come and see like the White House, like 20 of them, and y'all like, what the fuck? Like, why is there like 20 White House?
Lives
like,
there.
Yeah, it's random. No, that's like my dream. I want to build a street of gold. Back home, because that was the dream. I came here, I thought it was be street of gold. But then even take some gold and build some streets.
You pull some gold out in Africa, the Americans
I don't care. They'll come. I know.
Yeah.
Here, I don't care. But this is my dream. It's because this is what I did dream about coming here. I thought I would come here and it would be so nice that you could walk on the street of gold. You could at least get like a block of just nothing but just gold. You can just, damn, I just walk on gold. Yeah. Like, I feel like the city will be something, sprinkle gold, paint gold. I don't give a, it doesn't be real gold.
It's crazy.
It's all the mindset, right?
It's crazy.
That's why I'm going to construction.
But about the prison. So, did you have something you want to get into?
I was just going to touch on what he mentioned something in that story about like officers, like policemen actually stopping crimes from happening. How, and anybody can look this up or research it, but I would like to know the percentage of officers that go through their tenure and actually stop a crime from happening.
It don't happen.
They
show up. They show
what
up.
Would you say maybe 1 out of 10?
They show up after the crime is committed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, because that's when you make money.
But
they don't make money by stopping crime.
Yeah.
They will not make any money. But if they knew the Minority Report, remember that movie? If they knew that, you think they're gonna stop now? They're gonna be like, "Hey, he's gonna kill somebody. Hey, please don't."
So I do know 2 uniformed officers in the past.
I'm not saying all
3
of them
years that have been in altercations, even shootouts. You know what I'm saying? Like my cousin was married to a cop. He just got shot up at the one of these auto sales marts out here, where they about lost his life. But anyway, but it's few and far between.
He's married to a cop.
It's few and far between that like a uniformed officer actually goes through their whole tenure, whether it's 10 years on the force or 20 years on the force, and actually stops a crime from happening. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to chime in on that because I had this perspective that I was locked up in Hoptown, and one time they pulled a guy out the cell. They took the guy out front. Guy comes back. He's like, "Man, you'll never guess what they try to get me to do." And we're like, "What?" He was like, "They want me to give them some information because my brother's finna get out, and they said they can stop my brother from getting out." He was like, "It's a board in the back that shows everybody in the cell, what gang they in, and it's highlighted on how big the tension is between them. So if me and you don't like each other, then we're both red. You know what I'm saying? So let's put them over here and see how they react." Type of deal. They put them together? Yeah, they put them together.
Of course, man.
To see how they react type of deal. But he said that they had these police officers coming in from other cities or whatever, because just say in a perfect world, the street that I grew up on, that would be a police officer from that street that knew my mama or my dad, knew people, and they could actually stop crime because they could tell what type of guy I was. But the people that's coming in are from different places. Just say Bowling Green Police Department. None of them people are probably from Bowling Green. There might be a couple that's sprinkled around just to say like there's a familiar face there. But that's the part of the system that we're talking about. When they bring these people in, they show them a board, these police officers, and say, "Look, these people right here are such and such gang. They're such and such gang. They're from this street over here. This street is dangerous." So when the police officer comes in, they say from Bowling Green, from Atlanta to Bowling Green, and they say this, now when they ride through that block, they clutching. Or they automatically have this perspective of this neighborhood, because they don't know nobody over there. So why have sympathy? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know you. I don't care about you. All I know is y'all dangerous over here, you know? And so once dude told us that, then we automatically had this perception that the system had it out for us. That's when my whole mind started to change. That because I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying? In real life, I just feel like I'm a competitor. And when I was young, I started realizing when it seemed like that clicked in me that everything's set up against me. I'm gonna have to work a little harder. I'm gonna have to do a little harder. I start recognizing how many liquor stores was on my block, how many guns. I'm asking my homies, like, where the fuck y'all getting these guns from? They got Uzis. They got fucking, there was a rocket launcher in Hoptown at one time. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but it's right next to Fort Campbell.
Yeah,
too,
the
though.
guys from Fort Campbell, they used to find boxes of guns on the block of military issued guns. And so
I think the first pistol I ever got came from fucking Fort Campbell, Hoptown area.
So
you know
in the
what I'm saying?
reality, they was coming down, dropping guns off in our block to get us at war. So when that's when I started becoming a thinker, like,
And it's weird because
yeah, this
you
how
see
y'all
the
want me to.
gun, you automatically assume that everybody else must have some too. Like, I just have a random.
But when you
gun,
see
like,
the gun, you start
right.
thinking about the motherfucker you hate the most.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then you see him,
yeah,
right? And he
Yeah.
knows you have a gun.
Yeah.
And he knows you have to have a gun.
yeah.
Because, I mean, my thing is, right, knowing that, like, does the system work because we allow it, I guess?
The system doesn't work. It's broke. It's set up to fail. What do you think?
You think prison system will fail?
I think what?
The prison system will fail?
Will fail?
Yeah, like failed? Like, you think?
Yeah, it's failed. Hell yeah. It's set up to fail. What do you think?
Wait,
Has the prison system failed?
Do you think the prison system is set up for us to fail?
oh, no, for us to fail, I'm talking about the system itself. Do you
Well, it's
think-
beneficial
Fuck yeah.
for the ones who capitalize
That's why
off
I
of
was
it.
gonna say,
Right.
depending on what perspective you looking at it
Yeah.
from. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
If you're an investor,
Yeah.
They say it's a success.
yeah. But if you're built, if you're going through that system,
It's designed for you to fail.
Yeah.
If you going through it, yeah.
because one thing about it, when you go to jail, they get paid, but they charge you too. This is jail. So when you get out of just a jail sentence, you can go do 30 days downtown right now. They're gonna charge you per day.
Yeah, I know.
When you get out, it's going on your credit report.
Yeah.
It goes on your LexisNexis account. So it goes to your credit report. Also, if it's a felony, whatever, now with AI, they can pull that, they can do a background check while you in the interview.
What resources? So you served your time out. You had no parole or nothing. What resources was available to you when you got out, as far as maybe getting a job, maybe putting some food on the table for? Because I know when I got out, they gave me a food stamp card for like 6 months. Right.
Hell nah, this might be some Kentucky shit. They gave me,
Yeah.
I think when you get out,
Like-
I think it's a $75 check, and if you ain't got a ride, they give you a bus ticket. It was just
Yeah, that's a big, that's a
Set up.
transition going from county.
yeah.
They say the hardest day is the first day and the last day.
The last day definitely went hard.
Yeah.
but that first day, I mean, yeah, but yeah, going
Couldn't sleep, huh?
my first day, nah.
No sleep.
So you don't eat for about the first 3-4 days.
I was down there. What's the longest you ever went without food?
Without food,
Um,
without eating.
Choice and systems. Like, did they ever starve you or something like that?
Nah, I can't say that the system ever starved me. The longest I ever went without eating, just voluntarily, like, I had every nigga that's ever did any amount of time, 99% of them that had this phase. I had a little religious phase. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was fasting, you know what I'm saying?
I
And so
understand.
I probably would go like a day. And now keep in mind, I'm small right now.
There is
so,
ain't no food.
So keep in mind the 19-year-old me, how small I was. Now imagine me fasting, going a day or two without eating.
I'm
Yeah.
And that bullshit.
So you
Yeah.
started that religious track right in that first year?
Nah, I mean, like, I wouldn't even say I was religious. I just, like, kind of I started praying and getting, like, closer to God. Like, I don't believe in no
Looking for
religion.
some answers.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
some, yeah.
Nah, I wasn't looking for answers. I was
Just trying
looking
to
for
find
help.
peace.
Yeah.
To
for
be
yourself.
real,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You know, that's most times when mother gonna come to
God anyway when they need some help.
Yeah, and you're in there with nothing but yourself, and you know you're in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna look for anything.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the food too, because we talked about this off camera about the boxes coming in saying not for human consumption.
So
you know what I'm saying? So like, we don't even know what that is.
We call that the pink sludge in Kentucky.
Yeah, the
like
mystery meat, monkey hearts. You ever have the monkey hearts are cow tongue.
I just read that they did a research, and there is a certain amount of percentage of human DNA in hot dogs.
Of course, McDonald's too.
Yeah. No, but it's strange because back home in Liberia, I remember around like
every hot
10
dog,
years old, right?
Every hot dog that's made got some human.
I'm just saying.
You said what? Human DNA.
Human DNA. And but the thing is, right, when we were back in Liberia, at one point, right before the war, right, they brought these packaged hot dogs. They were like pink, very sweet, delicious. And when we used to eat it, we used to say, man.
Those hot dogs?
We used to be like, man.
Those glizzies?
we used
to love the
people used to
glizzies?
be talking about it like, man, it tastes a little bit too.
They had sweet glizzies over there?
So whenever that say, I'm like, man, nothing is a conspiracy. Because even if you eat something, you're like, when I first ate some beef jerky, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. And then there was a case in which there was a man that was a big distributor of beef jerky, but he was killing humans and mixing it with the beef jerky. I was like, there's not a chance that I didn't taste one that I was like, that just tastes a little bit like to say my dead flesh when I'm cutting myself. You know, it just so I'm just off topic. Of food, but,
so we covered a lot about the business of prison, and like I said, most of us in here are products.
2 days.
He's still a product. You've been in.
Oh yeah, it's strange.
Your life ain't over yet.
Once you go there once.
Yeah.
And I was gonna think. I thought about it. The first time I was quote unquote taken to jail, I was a kid, 7 years old. There was this dude driving a truck, semi truck, and back home I was telling you guys we usually hang on cars, cardboard and stuff. But one of the things you do is because there's not a lot of transportation. If a semi truck is going onto my dirt road to where I'm going, you can hang on the truck and you use that for a ride, right? Yeah. Not a big deal. Like risk your life, that kind of deal. We do that back home. We hanging on this dude truck. He stopped, right? He stopped. He's like, "Get off my truck." Man,
like it.
Yeah, what are you doing? Like you trying to
gas
too much, right? Like what are you talking about here? Like, well, I'm risking my life here. So I'm with my boy at the time named Boogerman. True story, his name is Boogerman. Like
you know you're going in with a dude named Boogerman.
like the way it sounds, right? But he ran the community, like everybody respect him because he never took any bullshit. Young kid, but all right. Anyway, who can speak more on Boogerman times to come? Yeah. But Boogerman get mad, so he like takes a rock and throws it at him, right? Yeah. But the rock don't hit him. Like I swear, I watch it. The rock miss. This dude see the rock miss. He gets out of his car, wrap his arm in like a whatever, and he follow us home. And he go to my mom. He's like, he's searching for me. I'm running because I know he's running. He goes home and he sees me. He goes home and comes to my mom and say, your son threw rock at me and it broke my arm. Oh, and my mom said, my son threw rock at you and it broke your arm. And he said, yeah. So I need you to come compensate me, Africa, you know. Yeah. He's like, and my mom is like, all else, he's like, I'm gonna take him to jail. My mom said, go ahead, take him to jail. So this dude took me literally to the police station in the jail. I got there and the cop is like, who's gonna feed him? Do you think that we just have free food here to just give to kids? If you put him in here, are you gonna pay us to feed him? Yeah. Let him go. And that's when I realized in my country, you don't get 3 meals a day. So if you go to jail, it is up to your family.
I got a question.
To feed you in the jail.
Wow.
Well, your homeboy, what the fuck Boogeyman went with all this happening?
Boogeyman took the stand. Boogeyman testified.
Boogeyman, right? And we talk about Boogeyman. Boogeyman did save me more than you ever imagine. He saved me from fighting in the war.
What is a trial like? Like, what is the process in Liberia? Like, if you commit a crime?
Money. Okay, we just had a white guy, and no disclaimer, I don't care. His name is Richard. He literally was a missionary, went there,
He's married here. Met a girl there, liked her. Went there and said, "Oh, my wife says okay, let's get married." They get married. She get pregnant. Then that became an issue. The story goes, he gave her some pills. She lose the kid, and then he tried to kill her, like literally slice her throat. And then she gets saved by this guy on the keke, a bicycle guy, rides around. They take him to jail. The church denounced him and said, "Oh, he's no longer part of us. He's just he branches his own." But it's a big church in the States here. White man. This girl has a knife, has video being shown, everything proved, knife mark. This dude take her around for a whole day, like to go buy food, go to graveyard because he want to see graveyard and all of these things. But the judge don't believe that this dude works scot-free. Nothing, no charge, all because of money. Yeah. The money wins it. In that land, there is no justice in the land. Money is the justice. If you go to jail, if I went to jail and my mom came in a day and just gave the cop enough money, they would let me go. If they decided to assess me that day, money wins it. Yeah. And I'm not saying that, but it's justified because the police are not getting paid the way that they should get paid. So they're going to take the money from anyone. The bond is how much do you have? Hey, he's in jail. He's going to be starving for the next week because we ain't going to feed him. And then if he gets mad, he's going to go whoop his ass in there because of something. Yeah. That's just how it is. So the system here, I don't like the prison, but if they're not, it's worse than even being in Russia, I think, yeah. So
and the thing about it too, for the people watching, anybody can go.
Yeah.
So we're living.
No. The Clintons
keep killing them birds and see what happened to you.
In the park.
No. Anybody with no money can go.
Keep collecting rainwater and see what your ass gonna do.
Like, anybody with no money can go.
But anybody
if you have the money and you can go because the system is built on money.
Because the thing about it now, they have figured out ways to lock you up and drain your money.
If you ain't got money, you can't go. I mean, if you do got money, you can't go.
It's very hard for you to go, bro.
Yeah, you get
El Chapo.
Yeah.
But let me tell this, El Chapo, right? Let me guarantee you this. If you have to see where he actually, yes, it is. Yeah. In fact, I guarantee you this. He only is in there when they want to see his face. But I guarantee this. Every time he's doing his job right now on another turn to get fly out and do his job. And every time the fan needs to see him get roll call, they give him a call and he come right back and he says like, "I'm here." Yeah. I guarantee that's what has happened. I guarantee you he's not sitting there. Going through the kind of thing that you went through. No way.
But a lot of people out here that's watching don't think that things can happen to them. You know what I'm saying? It can happen to anybody. Somebody
can run you off, cut you off.
You can mess up your taxes.
I believe
you can take a PPP loan.
Do you know how many college graduates I was locked up with? How many what you call it? Kids that had two parents. You know what I'm saying? How many college athletes, you know what I'm saying? I was locked up with. I was locked up. How many talented motherfuckers?
That is one thing I realized.
The most talented people are behind bars.
And that is my thing that's right. My thing that is right, I have always said this, and I'll say it. I believe the system locked up people that they cannot control out here. Like I said, they already have a board.
What about the energy? Have you thought about that?
That's what I'm saying. The energy they cannot control out here.
Yeah.
The energy they can't control. If they know you smart, and you know, and you have influence around the people around you.
That's not their agenda.
Yes, and they cannot get you to like if a lot of people started drinking sea moss and refusing to start drinking whatever it is drinks out there. Mm-hmm. People started tweeting about holy water is the next thing. In fact, it helps you. It does this. Very soon, I guarantee you, they're gonna FBOB on you. They're gonna know where you make it, how you make it.
Because you couldn't enter the hospital money.
Because now, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Now you are going, and they'll come to you and be like, "Hey, let's buy it. You want to come join us?" And the second that you say, "No," because I know what you're going to do with this next. And that's what I saw my 3 days there. My 3 days there, I saw people that were so smart that I questioned, like, why are you here? Yeah. And they are like, because when I go out there, all they try to do is get me back in here. And I realized that they just want me to either follow them, or if I can for 1 second all day, they'll put me right back in here. So prison is not photo. Like I said, it's a man that will sit down and say, "All right, I'm going to choose this. That's a smart man. People think that's a dumb man, right? Dumb people are people of us that still do 9 to 5 jobs.
Are trained in the system.
You understand, right? Yeah. We are trained to walk the line still. Because even when we know that if you just step out, if they're running, somebody's going to push you. People be trying not to step across the line because they're like, just step there and not fall. But people will fall down because they don't want to cross the line. Mm-hmm. That's the system. And those that cross the line every time, just to live. Just to say, oh no, I'm just going to step there just to come back here. No, you can show them that you can do that and live.
Yeah,
you cannot do that.
Look, so. I was in real estate school, and I was doing the law part of it, and it was so much that went along with that. Like if you did something wrong, like you can get a bunch of jail time for trying to sell somebody a house and skipping one of these rules, yes, one of these steps. You know what I'm saying? So it's
by mistake. Even if you do it by mistake, I bet.
Yeah. Like if you showing somebody this is your buy or whatever, and I come behind you and undercut you and take your buy, that's against the law. Like, you know what I'm saying? For real. Like you have to go through a process to do that, the proper paperwork to do it and all that. If not, you can press charges and not go to jail for that.
Yeah, that's what they call a white collar crime.
Yeah. So like there's, you know what I'm saying, to everybody out there that it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, you have to.
It can happen to anybody. It can happen to your mother, father, you, your kids, different things like that. But just know that it can happen, and try not to judge so much when it comes to outside people, because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying. I know somebody right now that's sitting locked up. And for the longest in their life, they down people for being locked up. Their brothers and everything locked up. Oh, they did that to themselves. This and that. Now he's sitting in jail, and now it's a reality check. Like
me as this, despite the system, right? Do you think? Because like I said, we make choices, right? We make choices. You said that once you make that choice, it's become easy. One time, it become 2, it become 3, it become 4, it become easy, right? Yeah. Do we as individuals help the system? Like, and I know the system is against us and to lose. Yeah. Like the mortgage is not enough, right? The pay is not enough to pay the mortgage. The pay is not enough to pay all the bills and take care of everything. You understand, right?
That's the start of the system. Yes,
that's the start of the system. They put you in a big prison system that we call society, right? And we give you a little that you can survive on, right? And the only way too is like you said, if I went in down there and I started making some little hustle with the guard, somebody's gonna come check me like, you haven't been here in this long. How in the world do you got this connection? How are you making this kind of money? You better pay up. You're gonna do something right. Same here. A young cat just opened a studio next door here, maybe 16 years old, and out of nowhere, artists from big names then showing up into his, and you're like, wow. And then you go find out that his dad's a millionaire and he's paying them to come here. Or like you got a legit studio or that have been putting working here, right? You might go down and say, yo, who are you? What is going on here? What is going on, right? You might want to check them. What I'm saying is like, we are put in a system that is so already against us and to fail in life that once a human cross that line, right? Do you think that we help the system ourselves individually? Because can we change? No. Can we change? No, can a man that come from prison, you saying, telling people, hey, watch how you look at them. Are you saying for the next 50 years, you can live out here and never again get to that point again where you are like, I have done that one time. If you push me there again.
But then do you know, if you don't know that you're doing wrong, how is it wrong? So like if you're, just say in that situation, you said in the beginning stages of the system, the beginning stages is the struggle. In survival mode. So if you're in a situation, all right, I'm barely making enough to pay my bills, they jack the rent up. Now next month, if I don't figure out something, they're gonna kick me and my babies out. So I go make a play, bam, I made that play. Oh damn, that was kind of easy. So now I'm the system has said like, somebody at the top, the elite is looking down like, jack they shit up, jack they shit up again and see what they do. You know what I'm saying? Bam, jack it up again a little bit more. Right. Every time they jack it up again, your risk get higher because you have to take that risk. Somebody from the outside that has money gonna say, well, just get a better job or do this and this. All the time. But it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in survival mode, and that's the beginning of the system.
I mean that's a rabbit hole in itself.
Yeah.
Like, I hear all these analysts and experts saying, well, at the end of the day in America, it's about the choices you make. But the choices you make are influenced by so many other
factors. Yeah.
Like you cannot say that, we're even like the choices that I make that I'm consciously making that decision because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to ordering what flavor of fucking soda I want. Like,
they
I'm not
give you
choosing
so many
that.
options.
My taste buds is choosing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
or if you're a kid and you going to school and you come home and your parents say, if you don't hit this motherfucker in the mouth, you a bitch. Or your homies, like, damn, you gonna let that motherfucker talk to you like that? So the process starts early. You know what I'm saying? So now when you old, like, motherfucker can't talk no shit to me, I'll pop their ass, whatever.
But do you think we
That's
get
the
to
system.
an age in which, like, yes, system at the beginning failed us. He got,
That's reprogramming.
Yeah,
you have to reprogram yourself.
Okay. So it is a positive matter because that become the biggest thing is like I wanted to ask you why don't you cut your drag? And then I'm like, why? Why does he have to cut his drag to go work somewhere else? Somebody needs to know that. He grew that thing for 15 years. Do you know what it's like to have your head on your head?
Well, I mean,
for
to me,
15 years?
it screams dedication.
Yes, yes, right?
I mean,
It screams, yes. Consistency.
Rastafarians, that's their religion.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Most people don't know the energy of the hair. People don't know that. People don't realize the Simpson story tells of a man hair. Yeah, it tells of what the power of a hair is. Yeah. It's what the whole story of Simpson is about.
But we're asking to get into a club that says you can only wear these type of shoes, but you're saying, but I got on tennis shoes.
Yes.
We don't have to go into this club. We don't have to go get jobs if we don't want to. I can say, I don't like them telling me what I can do, so I said, I'm going to start a business. Luckily, the business worked out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't have to conform to alarm clock and cut my hair. I don't have to shave. I don't have to take a shower if I don't want to. I do, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, now I understand what freedom is.
Do you think you are contributing to the system?
Am I contribution to the system?
Are you contributing to the system with your...
But you're still not free. You just answer to a different clock.
Right.
You answer to a different schedule.
Right.
But do you think that somebody out there is like, with Maxi having a studio now, maybe every 10 person that go through there, we definitely going to get one out of there for jail time. Like
that ain't up to me. That ain't up to me because at the end of the day, I am a sort of a gatekeeper, and I stop a lot of lyrics from being said.
Yeah.
So because of my energy, music changes by them coming to me. So
is music a negative thing, or because this is one thing that I keep. When I was growing up, I grew up in the choir, right? I grew up in system, but I feel like to say that they have used music here as like a negative impact of life, to where like even if a brother wants to sing about his struggle of life, right? They make that struggle of life sound as if like him talking about it is bad and it's evil, right? Like they make the music now like if you do music, you are now the devil's like pawn.
You're talking about what's promoted. You're not talking about all music because they're only promoting a certain type because they know what that's going to do. If they promoted me talking Christian music or me talking about having a great day. Today was just a good day. I went on my mama's house. I fed my kids. That's not appealing to them. You know what I'm saying? That's not appealing to them because it's not a part of their agenda. Okay. They don't want me to start speaking that, and I have an influence. If I had an influence, if I had millions of followers and I said, hey, y'all shouldn't be out here killing people. Y'all should be loving people and doing this, and they started doing it, now the jails ain't full. Now the 90% goes to 60% and they have to pay the fines.
Or close down the jails.
Yeah. So now the hospitals don't have, the emergency room have to shut down because now ain't nobody getting shot.
What advice would you give to somebody that's out there right now? Maybe they own some paper or they just got out. What's some advice you could give to them on staying out?
Man, shit, just Remember them times when you wouldn't get no letters, you ain't had no commissary. Remember them times, I don't know how it is in Kentucky, but you know, if you affiliated, you get escorted to the shower all day. All you hear is shower down low, shower down low. You hear that shit all day. Think about shit. A motherfucker telling you when you gotta wake up, when you can eat, when you can wash your ass and your nuts. You know what I'm saying? Think about this shit, man, and ask yourself, is it worth it, man? Like I said earlier, man, pussy good as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to get when you behind. It's not impossible to get, but it's hard as a motherfucker to get behind that fence, man. And just when you gotta depend on somebody else to do everything for you, as far as like financially, you can be a fucking millionaire and you can't do shit with it because another motherfucker on the outside gotta do everything for you. You know what I'm saying? So think about this shit, man, and ask yourself, is it worth it, man? Because these folks ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing that I feel like I should say, especially for the black community, we gotta stop glorifying going to prison, like wearing it as stripes. You know what I'm saying? Cause it ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just
most definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think where that comes from, and
this is the white and the black community is, it is honorable to hold your and this ain't just in the criminal world, but in the world as a man. You hold yourself accountable before everybody else, right? So
you must.
I'm gonna go do my time if I get jammed up, right? I'm not gonna fuck nobody else over or tell on nobody. So I think it gets misconstrued as, you know what I'm saying, like you don't want to fucking go do no time.
I mean,
but if you
but people are glorifying prison.
Too much.
That's different. That's two different things. Cause if you get jammed up and you, like you said, you took your charge, you didn't tell nothing, I can't commend you for that, but I'm not gonna commend you for getting caught and going to prison though, if that makes sense.
And leaving your kids behind
at the
and
same time,
whatnot.
When we applaud people for doing that, I think it lowers the bar because that's like, to me, I call it applauding a fish for swimming.
Well,
you wasn't supposed to tell on nobody in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That you just did what you were supposed to do.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
but like
it's like a parent wanting credit for taking care of their kids.
Right. But so I think when so many people don't do it now, it becomes, when we see somebody do it, we're like, oh shit,
somebody rat and they come home, they throw a party for them. You know what I'm saying? But before we check out of here, y'all got anything else real quick? Before we check out of here,
I do.
Go ahead.
There won't be a third time. I don't plan on going back to prison. I don't plan on going to jail.
None of us plan on it.
No.
I never did set out to go.
Yeah. Like I said, kill a bird if you want to.
I didn't mind going to see what it was back there. 2 days was good enough. I was like, okay, I understand what this is like. So.
I want to shout out the Goodwill here in Bowling Green. If you're an inmate and you get out, the Goodwill has programs set up for you to get your CDLs, to get go to school, funding, to get your food stamps, get housing, everything. Right. There's some great people down there that know, like, felons, that knows how it is to be on that side.
Don't they hire like?
Yeah, you can even work there. Like, you can go work at the Goodwill.
Mostly like in Bowling Green. Remember,
it don't pay too much, but it keeps you busy. Yes, a lot of people have the idle mind.
Is there anywhere in Springfield to do that too, or what?
That's how the government.
I think all Goodwills everywhere.
Okay.
Should have a system set up.
Chick-fil-A, you should do the same thing too. Since you're always Jesus, you know. Yeah, what's the best place to be Jesus like that?
Come on, man. You gonna get us banned from Chick-fil-A? I'm trying to get that sponsor. Man. Come on, man. What are you talking about? We love Chick-fil-A over here. What you talking about? Yeah. But anybody that, if y'all watching this, drop in the comments of anybody that know any programs, anybody that does help, because there's individuals too that's in communities that's helping people get expungements, different things. I don't think that it's enough information. They're having it. Things are happening for people to get this stuff off their records, or there's jobs out here, but it's like the gatekeepers are holding the information. and ain't letting everybody get it, you know. So shout out to the Goodwill. Like I said, I know for a fact, and they advertise it and do different things like that. I got a lot of friends that had felonies, different stuff like that. You go tell them what you want to do, and they help you start a business.
Wow.
Whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? They really help battered women that, you know, are homeless or whatever like that. They have kids. They find them housing and funding. So check in with the Goodwill. The first thing you should do when you get out, call the Goodwill. You know, meet your mama and all them. You know what I'm saying? But I always tell my homies, because my homies be so quick to get out and come home, have a plan set up, because when you get home, it ain't like what you think. You know what I'm saying? When you get home and you broke, all that shit come back to you.
That first 3 weeks, like, I think it's the tough path. If you go out of a place that you so
that's gonna show how strong you is.
If you because that first week, everybody, you don't know who anybody is. Then you start meeting people in the second week, but they are like giving you like third week, you're like, man, I'm still broke. I'm still broke sitting here. Like,
you need some hope.
Yeah.
You need a lead to at least somebody to say, like, I can help you get a job, and it's gonna be a month process. No. At least in your head, you like, all right, I can pull that off. At least I got a lead on something. But if you ain't got no leads when you get out, all you guys, your homeboys smoking, drinking, trying to throw you the pack, trying to throw you a pistol.
Shit they were doing before you got locked. When you get out, they still doing the same shit. You know?
And it's quick, because all this takes is, bro, you know it's hot out here. Here, take this. You gonna need this pistol, bro. And in your head, you like, all right, you not even knowing, it's just a reaction.
Maxie, like, they were charging me $300 a night in Hart County Jail. He told me, he's like, each night you spend here is like $300.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean $300? They arrested me and brought me here, and you're telling me that each night I spend here, and I was like, can I make a phone call and like pay my bond? Which my bond started with like 190, but by the time I left, it was like 700 and something. I was like, you people are literally just robbing people. That's a whole month rent,
and it's probably still on your credit. It's probably still on your credit right now.
It wasn't. Everything was expunged. So, no, I do not have.
Still stayed there though. Yeah, 3 days is on your shit. Somewhere.
2 days. No, everything was expunged, and the judge said everything is. I make sure nothing is even in my record, because it was just a traffic violation. And
also another tip before I get off too. I don't know if you know this, but you can have it blocked on your background when you try to get an apartment, because they check that now. If you got a felony,
I swear, bro,
they will stop you from getting the house.
In Tennessee, I think if you're a felon, you can't even live in certain parts.
You can pull that and have that froze where people can't check that. If I find the link, I got the link wrote down somewhere. If I find the link, I put it in the comments. But these are things that we need to know, because that is depressing. You get out like, shit, I got a little bit of bread. My homie gave me some bread. I can't get an apartment though. No. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no references. I ain't got no 6 month background.
Yeah, 3 times the rent.
All that type of stuff. Right. So we can have that blocked. You can get that blocked. There's a link for that. Also, another link. I just went on. Y'all might want to look this up too. All of us. It's called missingmoney.com or unclaimedmoney.org. So if you ever worked a job or had money left in a bank account or anything, you can go on this website, type it in, and type your name in, and it'll pull up all this money that you didn't left places. Old 401k money that you might have had $40 left in the bank somewhere or whatever, and it's gonna be on this website. You can pull all that bread off, and that can be your startup off. Yeah, I had like $75 on it.
If you went. You talking about when you go behind? Whenever you went behind.
No, I'm just saying this is a way to come up when you come home.
What you said? What's the name of?
Unclaimed. I think it's called unclaimedmoney.org. You'll type in your state, your state, and then you'll type in your first name. I mean your last name at the top, and then you can type in your first name if you want, but it'll pull it all up. It'll show you. It might be $10 somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It'll pull up. If somebody left you some property, it's gonna be on there.
What if you owe some money? Type of name it.
They'll tell you. No, this is unclaimed. No, it ain't gonna show what you owe. It's just gonna show what's not been claimed. You haven't claimed some money. It might be old tax money or something like that. But that's a come up. You know, for some people that might just came home or just broke right now. You watching this, you broke right now. Like, damn, man. Because you know, if you broke right now and you watching this, obviously you got a cell phone bill, something coming up with some Wi-Fi, or something. So you know what I'm saying. We don't need them criminal thoughts creeping back in. So type in that, you know what I'm saying. Get that link, get that bread off of there, and start your business with it. I don't care, $50. You know what I'm saying. Get your lawnmower.
I'm just taking walk.
So that's what's up. Thinking Minds podcast. We appreciate Concrete for coming through, man, sharing his story.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Most definitely. Yeah. You all appreciated out here, man.
We're gonna make a series out of this prison shit because that's a lot of.
For some reason, I want to kind of go more into it.
Yeah. Most definitely.
We might be having him back.
Yeah. That's what's up. We out of here.